Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about Patreon really quickly. Anyone curious, anyone who is looking for a low pressure, high inspiration community, you can find it on my Patreon with my apprentices. Homework is of all variety types for all skill levels, all experience levels, and everyone is welcome. It's an apprenticeship, meaning that I'm guiding you through assignments. I hand out assignments, I critique the assignments, you guys critique each other, and the goal is to help you find your fundamental issues, find issues with your rendering, blocking, technical skills, and help supplement them with the right customized homework. So homework is customizable in my Patreon. So from January up until now, the assignments have developed slowly and gradually into full rendered pieces, but you can still hop in mid-year. There is no real chronological order that you have to follow. Mostly diagnostic in the first 3 months of my classes. January, February, March, they were doing a lot of grayscale exploratory introductory assignments. So far we've done diagnostic portraits, form studies. I got to have a look into my apprentices' general use with edges, their general understanding of edges. Like, do they know that they need to have edges? Do they understand edge work and painting process and how to approach it? What's their blocking like? What's their blocking skill? Do they even have a blocking brush? Do they even own a blocking brush? So we get past that in the first 3 months. And then we moved into gesture studies. Gesture studies were a pretty big deal because a lot of my students' goal is to become a character artist of some kind. I think it's been very beneficial. A lot of them have polished up on their line art, on their line efficiency, and their general understanding of the line itself, how to approach the gestural sketch and how to separate the gestural sketch stage from the figure drawing stage. And then we moved into master studies. Master studies are a big deal because they help the student understand where their skill is in their brush performance. Do they understand how other artists are using their brush? And it also gives them an idea of who they want to emulate, reorient themselves with their goals, what kind of artist they want to be, how to emulate their idols, and where to go from there, what to do exactly so that their brushwork looks exactly like the artist's brushwork. It also helps them with color theory. Now, they had the option to lower the difficulty level and change the master study into a grayscale version. Of course, that on its own is so helpful for their education. It's because color can become very distracting while trying to understand another artist's brushwork. And where their weaknesses are when it comes to the elements that artist that they chose to master study, where their weaknesses are. Is their anatomy at that level yet? What should they do to get to that anatomy level? Right after that, to keep things balanced, I moved things slightly away from character design into creature design. So they have some experience and mileage put into creature design and drawing textures, understanding animals, animal anatomy. And some of these pieces were really, really cool. Then we moved into texture studies and how to understand texture, subsurface scattering, color. And now we're evolving past texture studies, standalone texture studies, into full object design like game assets. The homework is very flexible. You guys have the option of adjusting the homework for your skill level. You guys have the option of doing different homework completely that is not part of the current listed homework. So something that you feel like is related but can directly help you with your fundamental issues. So if texture studies are too difficult, maybe you're having issues with edges, so you can do a form study to hand in for homework instead of a full-on texture study. Everyone gets a critique, everyone gets a look into their homework. So some of the assignments I hand out to my apprentices are all about being able to use this in a portfolio, or all portfolio building pieces. So a lot of the apprentices from previous years have used the homework from my class for their portfolios, which I'm really, really proud of. Some of their work was just amazing. So if you guys are looking for a classroom setting that's paid but not too expensive, that has deadlines but isn't too much pressure, that has a lot of subject variety for homework, if you guys are looking for portfolio building opportunities, I really believe my apprenticeship is right for you. All of these video critique hours that I posted will be available to you once you become an apprentice. So the entire timeline is all available to new apprentices. So you can catch up on everything they did. Apprentices also get my private video art journals, my process for my latest pieces. They get the brushes that I used, the PSD, and more. And of course, you guys can cancel anytime you feel you've gotten what you needed out of my apprenticeship. And it's always been open. It'll always stay open to anyone who wants to support the community, but also get some educational material back. I try to keep my apprenticeship really, really flexible for all skill tiers tiers, all kinds of styles, all kinds of experience levels. If you guys want to be a part of my apprenticeship, please hop over into Patreon. Any kind of support you give me, you give the community directly, and it keeps this community running for a lot longer. And I really appreciate everyone who's joined in as a watcher, as a patron. You can choose any of the lower tiers, or you can just join as a watcher. That also helps support my community and keep things going and keep my channel free for everyone. And I hope you guys find what you need in my apprenticeship. Bye guys!